Hi Parallel, welcome to Zero to Pro. Nice to have you on board. Thank you for uploading your pictures and your photo shoot. Excellent. Is just a quick overview. I always try and just have a quick overview. Excellent. You are going to be, you've got a long way to go, but you are going to be, B'ezrat Hashem, an excellent photographer. Great. Okay, let's jump in because it's exciting because I can see that you don't understand the camera right now, which is great. That's why you're here, and you will soon, B'ezrat Hashem. But you're in it. Your mind's in it. You're thinking. You're seeing. That's great, and you've got a sensitivity to the image. That's great. As a word of introduction, I say to everybody, there's three things. There's the actual classes that you have to watch, listen to. Then there's the homework. Then there is the photo shoot. They are all absolutely intrinsic to the success of this course. You have to listen to the classes, you have to do the homework, and you have to do the photo shoot. And just to let you know, the photo shoot is more important than the homework, even though the homework is 100% important, so you can't really get more important than that, but it's anyway more important than that. As I say to everybody, the class gets the information into your head, the homework gets the information from your head into your heart, means you understand it, and then from your heart, the photo shoot takes it into your hands, and it's a skill. That's where it needs to be. It needs to be in your hands, which means it's just you. You're just doing it. If you want to become a great photographer, then all of the technical stuff has to just be a by the way bit in the back of your head as a side point, and the backbone you just don't need to be consciously thinking about it. And your job is to be finding the angles, the backgrounds, the light. Interacting with the clients, creating interactions between them, etc., etc. Thinking of interesting ideas, being creative. So I can see you're going to do that fantastically. So just hold tight, go along with everything. If you need to go back to get an idea, all the ideas are absolutely intrinsic to everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. I think you're going to do great things. B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, let's jump in. Here is your triangle. Okay, yes, it is a triangle. Very good. There's three basic shapes, three primary shapes: triangles, squares, circles. Triangles are more dynamic, circles are more passive, squares are in the middle somewhere. What I recommend to everybody is the cooler way of doing this. This is fun. It is a triangle, and this is how I explain the homework in the class. But a cool way of doing this would be, say, to bring one of these teddies really close forward, so the teddy bear gets very big. The small teddy gets very, very big, basically ending up to create a triangle in a place. Let me just straighten my camera. Sorry. To create a triangle only from a certain vantage point that you wouldn't see otherwise. Understand? So you would be getting yourself down, so the small teddy in the front ends up really big because it's close to your camera, and the big teddy in the back would end up small, and then you'd create a triangle that doesn't really exist, only from when you look from a certain place. Okay, so try that again. Don't worry about the fact that it's blurry. We will learn about that. Okay, you just missed the focus slightly. That's fine. A nice one, by the way. Pat on the back for getting the equipment that I recommend. It's a very good idea. It's a good thing. It was a good thing that you did. It's good advice to follow, I think. I gave it, so I would assume it's good advice. Okay, jumping in. So this you wrote pattern, and it is a pattern, but I think this would have been better for your depth one. Pattern-wise, it's not so. It's okay. You've got better patterns. So here's a pattern. This is, I think, from the Trees. I think so. It's just out of focus, but that is a pattern. Yep, a recurring geometric sequence. This is also, it is a pattern, but it really is more about depth, this picture. Here is a pattern and texture. You are correct. Okay, the pattern is actually quite dynamic, and the texture is actually quite passive. So it's an interesting experience visually, graphically, what you experience when you look at this. Okay, it sounds so funny because we're just so unused to hearing people talking about vision in such a way, but that is photography. It's the art of seeing, the sensitivity to the graphics of this world. That's really what we're trying to tune into and to kind of intuit. And like I say to people a lot, we're trying to like measure it, but we don't have numbers. We can't use numbers, so it's kind of a wacky thing. But that's what we're trying to do. Trying to measure the energies and the experiences of different graphics. What happens when you look at green as opposed to red as opposed to blue? What happens to triangles instead of circles? Hard textures instead of soft textures? Perspective, all the different things that we've spoken about. Our job as a photographer is to kind of like taste all that stuff, like, you know, okay, this picture needs a bit more X, so if I turn the girl's face a little bit this way, it's going to create a bit more tension, and then you're like, ah, okay, there we go, we got it. Okay, that's it. Okay, texture, what did you call this? A texture? Yes, this is a texture. This is quite interesting. You could actually discuss this for quite a while. It sounds funny, but we've got diagonal lines here. We've got like a crisscross line this way. We've got soft textures. All of this is very soft, and we've got hard gradients. These lines here. This is a complex texture. It really is. Okay, again, you look at it, it's just a shirt. You're right, it is just a shirt, but it's a bunch of graphics when you're looking at it as a photographer. That's what it is. Okay, here we go. This is very soft texture. This is nice. It's also patterny as well. Pattern is a reoccurring geometric pattern, a sequence. That's what it is. This is soft. The pink, obviously, also. There's another thing as well. Is there's horizontal lines. You've got three primary lines: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. Horizontal, more relaxed. Vertical, and more dynamic. And so these horizontal lines add a relaxed energy. You also got gradient. You've got a soft gradient. It's dark here, it gets soft, lighter. It doesn't just abruptly go like it does on this side. So you have a softer energy this way, softer energy that way. Anyway, we could keep going. Okay, depth. It's a cool picture, number one. It's a very cool picture. I would probably crop it like this. Don't be scared of making panoramics. It's very professional. It's cool. Okay? Be cool. Do cool stuff. I think I might actually just give it a little bit more. Like that. It's not really depth in the way that I was meaning. Depth I was meaning as giving you a sense of depth through perspective, i.e. through triangles, like a regressing, vanishing point kind of thing, like this. Here we have this. You see that triangle takes us into the picture. It gives us depth through the perspective of the table and the glasses, etc. Whereas this, there is depth there, I understand, because it is deep, but you don't really see it. It's kind of a flat pattern. It doesn't really give you the experience of going into the image, but it is a cool picture. Don't get me wrong, it is a cool picture. And here, oh, this is your photo shoot. Sorry. So 1 second, let's just move this over here. And this is also depth. This is a cool picture. This shows me that you're thinking in the right way. I would probably crop in a little bit more. Something like that. Again, it's not really what I was meaning. Like I was mentioning before, it is depth. Don't get me wrong. You have something in the foreground, something in the background, which is good. But I was more thinking about the idea of getting perspective, looking down a road. Or I think the example I gave was stairs and stuff like that. But the idea of the perspective giving depth, giving movement inwards. Okay, balance. Okay, this is balanced. I would turn her a little bit more around. Okay, you're gonna listen. Apparently, you will, Bezrat Hashem, look back in about 5 weeks and go, "Oh my days! I can't believe I was taking these pictures." Okay, you're doing great, and there's a lot to learn, and you are going to flourish. So please keep that in mind. She should come around a little bit further. It's the energies are created. This would be something more that I would be taking from like a very kind of dynamic looking bride. to do this kind of thing. Balance wise, it's the energy. The reason why it's not really balanced is there is a slight energy coming from this side, and she's looking this way. The fact that the mass of her body is closer to the side of the frame over here is creating a kind of energy here. This is quite energized now because your eye's moving this way and it gets kind of magnetically caught over here, and then you've got the energy moving this way. If this shoulder was to come forward, then it would end up more balanced. It's still off balance, a little bit heavy on this side because her body is turned this way. Okay, and I can't really fix it by cropping it because I can't really do that because her body needs to be turned. Okay, but I do appreciate your attempt. Try again. Okay, are we into the photo shoot? So also, yeah, you also, oh, this was shapes and lines. I suppose this is just a bonus picture for us. Okay, nicely edited, nicely edited. I do like the energy created by these lines. Okay, please though, do try really please to adhere to the rules and upload exactly what we ask and labeling it in exactly the same way. We just get so many pictures come in, and it really kind of breaks the mechanism that we have in place when things are a little different. And yeah, I do like the energies here. Like I said, the edit is very good. There's a lot of energy in the edit. She needs to come out a little bit more. You need to be able to see her better, to pop out from the background. I think she's a little close to the edge as well. The tension created by these lines here against these lines here, you have like that, and then obviously you have all these lines. I'm just doing it quick, sorry. That is an energized. There's a lot of energy there, so I do appreciate that the edit went with the subject of the picture and the structure of the picture. Okay, okay, good try. Like I said, there's so many things that I could say now that I'm not going to say because you're just going to learn them through. In regards to background, the subject should be far from the background. In regards to stats, you don't understand that right now, so that will come clear. The subject should be filling more of the frame. The light here is really hard, and again, there's lots of things that you're going to pick up over the course that you're going to look back at this picture and think, oh, I can't believe I took this. But it's still a good, it's still the fact that you're thinking and trying to get depth and perspective and stuff like that is great. So you'll come back to this. Okay, now, this is a much nicer picture. Okay, the light on their faces, you have to be very careful. In this kind of situation, it looks like it's midday-ish. Get them under the trees. Okay, get them in a really shadowy area. This light is awful. We never ever take pictures of people with light like this on their face. Okay, if they just were to move back into the shaded area, it would be much better. In regards to the structure of the image, got a great triangle. It's a really nice composition. She's a little awkward, too much of her hand. You can just go and grab her hand and put it so you're just seeing a few fingers over there. That would fix that. That's fine. Stats are not good, but you'll learn about that soon. Okay, good stuff. Okay, here you just missed the focus. The focus is on this tree over here. You'll learn about focus next class. Okay, I appreciate what you're asking them to do here. Be careful cropping off the hands over here. Cropping closer as well. Cropping closer. Okay. Okay, also again, cropping in closer, you're going to learn about backgrounds in a few classes, that this is not a good choice of a background. I was thinking actually about the exposure, but forget the exposure. These fences and things like this, air conditioners, stuff like that, they have no place in a picture, so make sure that they don't get into your picture. There should never be an air conditioner in your picture. There should never be cars in your picture, unless it's like a really nice Ferrari or something. There should never be ladders. That's a big thing. Lampposts can be, it depends how ornate they are, but like a regular lamppost, not. These railings shouldn't be there. You find somewhere else. There's always places, and cropping in close means you'll end up with having to use less of the background, so that's another option. That's a great shot. I love that picture. Nice one, Perla. Pat on the back. Great shape over here. I'm wondering, although I do like the reflection, I think in Lightroom, I think we'll take this into Lightroom and bang the reflection out here, because that we can make very quick. Needs more. This needs to be more to really finish this picture off. But great shapes, good silhouette, excellent. Stats are absolutely terrible, but again, you don't know anything about that. That's why you're here, and you will understand it very soon. Okay, cute. A nice moment. Again, stats are wacky. That's obviously, you're going to learn about that. I would crop in a little bit closer. Okay. Good. I really appreciate your creativity and your energy that you put into this. You are going to do phenomenally. Bezrat Hashem. Just stay with it. Keep clicking away, and I guarantee you're going to see quantum results. Bezrat Hashem very, very soon. Let's just take this picture into Lightroom. Part of the course that you probably know by now is that we always try and take one of the pictures each week into Lightroom or Photoshop and do some kind of edit. So let's see what we can do here. Import. So now what I would use here is I would go to my paintbrush over here, and I'm going to put up the exposure first thing. But there you go. So I'm thinking that I don't really want to put up the exposure of the silhouette, but the silhouette's so dark that I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, to be honest. Yeah, like that really to bang up, and I think we'll put the contrast a bit more as well. And I want to take out a little bit of the blue. I'll tell you how I'll do that. Again, this Lightroom is going to be a little bit above you right now, but again, it's just an introduction. You'll do the workshop in another few weeks, and you'll feel familiar. And it's really it's a really good method of teaching Lightroom to people because you see it build up over the weeks, and by the end of the course, all the people who are graduating are doing phenomenally. Really, it's amazing. Oh, Hashem. Okay, let me just go to HSL. I'm going to click on this thing here. It's going to find the color for myself, and I'm moving my mouse down. You can see it's changing the aqua and the blue. Okay, so you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm actually going to turn this into a black and white shot. Okay, I'm going to open up the shadows. There we go, a bit more, and I'm going to give it some clarity. So just bang it out, give it lots of intensity. That is a great shot. We went from here to here. Very quick. Excellent. Great stuff. This is a great beginning. You are going, Bezrat Hashem, to do phenomenally. Stay with it. Enjoy it. And chart your progress. Make sure you keep some pictures from each week and look at your progress. It's going to be amazing. You're going to be inspiring yourself. Bezrat Hashem. Okay, looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.